Greetings, everybody. I always have this issue with the damn earbuds when I'm trying to talk. Keep hearing like myself as an echo. Anyway, with that being said, welcome to another episode of Tommy Rat's New York Hardcore Stories. Alright, I've been busy with some other stuff lately, so sorry for the delay in getting a new video up. I know I promised one like a few days ago, and I didn't do it, but now finally getting around to doing it. Yeah, life gets in the way, but it's all good. So this week, well, first of all, I want to thank the new subscribers. We're at over 300 subscribers, yet we're less than 700 away from meeting our goal of 1,000. So if you're a new viewer watching this, please subscribe. You know, I'll even do some other stuff. I don't know. Talk about some other stuff as well besides music. You know, I have other interests. Anyway, now if you want to help out the channel, look at the description below, and check out some of the programs that help the channel out. That will always be appreciated. I mean, if it's $1, I'll take $1. Not, you know, nobody's forcing anybody's arm to do anything. But if you believe in what I'm doing, that would be greatly appreciated. Alright, now. Also, I am selling records for my record collection. If you're interested in that, you know, they're going to be up in my eBay store at some point. But if you're interested in getting a list from me, reach out to me on my social medias. My social medias are in the title description below. And message me from there. And so message me with an email address, and I could email you a spreadsheet that I have set up already. Alright, now we're going to talk about the A7 Club. Alright, I'm going to do a series of clubs, of venues like back in 80, 81 that we all frequented, that was around during that time. You know, which was like you know, like some of our introductory years into the New York hardcore punk rock scene back then. Now, the A7 Club was a club that never advertised. It was located on Avenue A and 7th Street, hence the name A7. And on the corner, you know, you wouldn't even know it's a club if you walk by there. It looked like a store that was a storefront that was all closed up. Now on the corner was like someplace where you could sit down in front, but those doors would never be opened. And then you have a side door from the street, from 7th Street, where you get in. It was where everybody, you know, that would come in, you know, pay your money, you know, get on the guest list if you're on the guest list, or you know, or you had perks there, you know, whatever, you know, you had stroke to get in. But anyway, you know, the first time I encountered A7 was the Bad Brains played in the fall of 1981. You know, it was a crazy night. Anybody was at that show. I remember meeting a lot of new faces there, and it was a crazy night. And excuse me a second. No, I'm all right. I'm fine. Now I remember this. Now you had this one bouncer, that security guy, well, security or door person. I believe his name is Sean. He got Joe Nails did something that pissed him off, and he went chasing after him with a cane. That was crazy. screaming at the top of his lungs, chasing after them when he can. I remember that. Now getting inside, I think later on there was a guy named Leroy that was working the door. Yeah, he didn't, he didn't like nobody. I'll tell you that. He didn't like anybody. He didn't go for any nonsense when you're trying to get into the club with him. I remember that. Remember that dude. Now you would come inside the club, and to your left would be this small area where the stage was. The stage was like L-shaped, and you would have speakers on one end. Well, actually, there with the stage was like a little tiny booth with a DJ booth, and I think the soundboard was in there too, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been inside where they had a storage closet that was on the right. I know they had like something like a storage closet on the right where they had sound, where they had kept all the sound equipment. Now they had their own drum set there. And I think they had their own. I think they had their own backline too. I think they did. They did. You just had to show up and play. But I think a lot of bands used to bring their own drum set because a lot of bands were complaining about how beat up that drum set was. And then I remember along the walls, like to the left and the middle were like areas where there was like like couches and stuff. Couches. Now, I think there was one portion of the stage where the bass player the bass player couldn't even stand on the stage. It was like so cramped, and the singer never even got on the stage. I don't think so. I don't think because I think it was. No, I think there was some points. Yeah, I think HR. Yeah, HR did. HR. I saw HR stand on the stage. Yeah, I saw him. Yes. So I remember seeing pictures of that. Yes, and I was actually there. I remember. So that confirms. The correction on my part. But that room was like very cramped, and you have a lot of people slam dancing into each other while the band was playing. Now you got some key figures that worked there, like Jack Flanagan. I think he helped with the sound or something. I think he did, but he also helped getting a lot of out of town bands booking shows. I think because he was very involved with that place. It's water, filtered water. And then you had Doug Holland working the bar. Doug from Kraut. He worked the bar, and he was there, while he was there, he'd be witnessing every band that would play over there. And then later on, you would have guys like Jimmy G and Ray B's working the doors in later years. And now in the back, there wasn't really much of a place where the bar wasn't much of a place to hang out except like a dismantled reclining car seat that used to be in the back, where people were stoned, that would be stoned, and they would be passing out on there. I remember that. That was like the only thing they had there besides bar stools at the bar. Now A7 would start shows pretty late. I think after 10 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, and they'd be running till 6 a.m. in the morning. And sometimes sometimes you hear about raids, police raiding clubs like after hours. for not closing up at 4:30, like because at the time that's what time they were supposed to close. But I never was there. If that place ever got raided, I wasn't there to see it happen. Now, Dave from A7, he lived in New Jersey, and he would book, he would let a lot of bands play there. Sometimes he would let bands play, spur of the moment, last minute show. He would do a last minute gig, and sometimes a touring band would come through and make an unadvertised appearance to play at A7. Because I think you had Black Flag play there, did that, Circle Jerks. And then one time, I think Double O and Fate played over there, unscheduled, when they were coming back from a show from Connecticut. I remember that. And then for a while, A7, I don't know, something happened with A7 where they moved to 2+2, which was like the first Christian temple in the United States, but they couldn't serve liquor there. It was a different environment. It was a different atmosphere over there compared to A7. But then after, I think by fall, A7 reopened and they were running shows there as if they hadn't stopped doing shows over there. Excuse me a second. Now the very last show A7 ever did, Roger was actually talking to me about it, and just the other day, and it was a show with AF, the Psychos, High and the Mighty, Murphy's Law made a surprise appearance, Warzone's very first show, but we weren't named Warzone yet. We had like so many other names, other names, like Verbal Response, Rap Poison Band. Well, that's like a running joke with me and my friends. Who else played? Blood, which was the Minot, Nancy Mohawk, Lori Blood, Danielle LePage, and then there was another band called VOD. I don't know, they were Veil of Deception, Final Confrontations, and Roger's girlfriend at the time, Amy Kine, and this girl named Jenny played in this band. I forget who else played, but that's like a one-off thing. Anyway, that was like the very last hardcore show A7 ever had before they closed their doors, which was like a common theme with clubs on the Lower East Side, that they would shut down, either due to high rents, landlords not renewing their lease, and changes that were happening in the neighborhood at that time with what they called gentrification. So that was the very last show A7 ever had. That was in December of 1983. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me look that up about what date that club was. What date that was. Let me look that up because I know I got the information from Roger here. Allegedly, it was on December 8th. There was a flyer circulated for that show, but never had a date on there. All we know was like a Thursday night. So December the 8th was what I was told was the date for that show. and and after 87 closed, it it became some other things took over that spot. In the late 80s, early 90s, that became King Tut's Wawa Hut, which was like a bar that some of us went to. Didn't have any live music there, and then later on, after the demise of Coney Island High, I don't know. This might have happened when Coney Island High was open, but Jesse Malin took it over, and renamed it Niagara, and even over there they're having shows again. I know Drew Stone's was promoting stuff over there, back to a Roots series, either there or Barry Ballman, which is another location that Jesse Malin owns. So that's pretty much the story of A7. So basically that's it. But first, before I go anywhere, okay, technical glitches. All right, now this is like the Rejuvenate shirts that I'm promoting for the site. I might even create another shirt that has nothing to do with Rejuvenate, but more for the channel. So if you want to help out the channel, buy one of these fucking shirts. Yeah, we got hoodies, sweatshirts, whatever, in black and gray colors. So check it out. And that's it. And that's it for this week. So we're gonna come up with something within the week. So if you like what you saw, smash that like button, and we'll see you next time. Peace out. Please smash that like button and subscribe for more Tommy Rat New York Hardcore stories. Thank you for watching.